Hey, everybody, we are GFBS. We're Grand Forks' best source. Time now for our Home of Economy podcast. Normally, one of the Pearson boys will show up with us today, but we've got a little bit of a different crew in here today. We would like to welcome Loyola Pearson and Andy Friedel. Loyola, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. What's new in your world? Anything?
No, nothing new.
Nothing new and exciting?
Nope.
Okay. Glad to have you aboard.
Thank you.
And we're going to be talking with you in a little bit, too.
Sounds good.
And this is a new guy that we've never had in here before, Andy Friedel. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Now, if you're a regular like I am at Home of Economy, I see you all the time. I wasn't sure what your name was, and I know a lot of the guys' names. I just know you as Hey Dude.
Yep.
But you're here, and you are the sports category manager, right?
That's correct.
And what does that mean?
I do the purchasing for sporting goods, grills,
Oh, all the good stuff.
the fun stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a billion good things at Home of Economy, but those are the good things, the things I pay attention to. Okay, so what's the store been busy with this month?
We got hunting season going on right now in North Dakota. Duck season started a few weeks ago for us, so we have that going. Archery deer season's been going on since beginning of September, and then moose elk season starts here Friday, and then pheasant opener this Saturday.
Yeah, in North Dakota, Minnesota, they're off just a little bit with their hunting seasons, but I know you're an outdoorsman. Are you one of those guys? Do you apply for like an elk and a moose license and all that?
I don't. I do, I guess, elk in Minnesota. I'm a Minnesota resident, so I can't apply for the moose and elk in North Dakota anymore, but I have shot an elk in North Dakota.
Oh, you have?
So I already got that tag.
No kidding. Gosh, that's on my bucket list. Do you apply for a moose license on the Minnesota side?
I do the elk on the Minnesota
Oh,
side.
you do? Okay.
Yep.
Have you ever got picked?
I have not.
Oh, man, there's some nice elk up there. In fact, we had some guests on here a couple of weeks ago from up in Lancaster, and their in-laws live right up by the border. I mean, even closer than Lancaster, and they were on their way home, and it was the middle of the night, and they just about smoked a huge bull elk. Said they couldn't believe it. And, they're so dark, you don't see them until they're right in front of you. But, man, that would leave a dent, I would imagine.
I would assume so.
Okay, you see here we got... you guys, I know I've bought a lot of my hunting supplies at Home of Economy in Grand Forks, but you guys have got stores all over the place. Do all of your stores carry hunting items? Because I know, like some of the other stores, you guys cater a lot to what's in that area, but do all of the Home of Economy stores, do they all carry hunting gear?
No, not all of them. We offer a pretty good line of hunting supplies in all of our stores except for our Williston and Watford locations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I know hunting supplies, it's different for everybody. You might have your beginners, the kids, maybe just got through going through their gun training and all of that stuff. But Home of Economy, do you carry stuff for, say, from the beginners all the way up to the people that have been doing this for a long time?
Yeah. We got you covered from the only thing we don't really stock is firearms and archery equipment.
Mm-hmm. And you guys used to carry firearms, but that just turned into a big pain in the butt all on its own, doesn't it, when it comes to the firearms, and especially the way the country has been going now and all the paperwork and all the BS that's involved with it. Have you ever thought about, though, maybe getting more into the archery stuff or not?
We have talked about it. It's another category, though. You got to devote a lot of space to in the store, find some employees that want to work on bows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now everybody's been talking about the so-called ammunition shortage going around the country. Now, I have heard of everything from they're not making it to people are hoarding it. All I know is it is still tough to find ammunition. I know this whole summer long, if I happen to see a box of 270 shells laying around somewhere, I buy it up. Same with the 380, same with the 17. But how is Home of Economy compared to everybody else when it comes to ammunition?
We're getting it. There's the manufacturers, they are making it. They're making it as fast as they can. We put it on the shelf, and for the most part, depending on caliber, it's going as fast as we put it on the shelf.
Now, do you guys have to put like only so many boxes can be sold to one customers? Because I know how that goes.
We did. We were limiting it to 4 boxes. We went to 6 boxes, and now we don't have a limit anymore.
Okay.
So it's starting to get better. We're seeing more and more ammunition. But
okay, I got the ins with some people over there. I know I get texts and phone calls when fresh bait comes and things like that. Maybe I'll ask them about ammunition. Maybe I can get a text.
That list would be about a mile long right now.
Oh, I bet. Oh, man. Do you think, though, for this year's hunting season, are there going to be guys panicking when it comes to the day before the season because they just assume they were going to be able to find this stuff and now they can't? Or there's going to be a lot of people probably in the hurt bag.
Yeah, it's still tough. If you have a deer tag this year and you're looking for a specific caliber, if you see it anywhere, I'd recommend buying it because we get it, we put it on the shelf, and it goes pretty quick.
You know, and it's funny, a box of 270 shells for me, sometimes a box will last me 5 years. Sometimes a box will last me 5 minutes. You just never know,
Right.
but you got to have that extra with you.
You do.
I mean, one clip in your gun, you might get lucky, but you might not. Now, when it comes for hunting supplies, what all can we find at Home of Economy? Because you guys have got so many things there.
Yeah, we got a pretty good line of clothing for the outdoorsmen, upland stuff, deer hunting stuff, waterfowl stuff, knives, gun cleaning kits, deer blinds, deer stands, deer feeders.
You know, when you talk about deer blinds, they have come such a long way. You know, back in the day, we build them ourselves in a tree. Nothing like these deer stand mahals now that they have, but man, they got some really cool things.
Yeah, we brought the Muddy line of deer blinds in this year, box blinds. They're a higher end deer blind, but they're nice.
Yeah, and now most of these, you know, they're completely enclosed. They've all got the windows in them, so that means you usually put a heater in there. And can you guys hook somebody up with a good deer blind heater too?
Oh yeah, we got a pretty good selection of Mr. Heater, Buddy heaters, and stuff like that, and propane.
Okay. Now, another thing people don't realize, sometimes it's hard to find good gun cleaning kits. You know, the thing is with a gun, it doesn't take much work to keep them clean. You got to do it. You got to do it all the time, but they're not going to lose their value if you just put a little oil on them and clean them up. But can a guy go get a good gun cleaning kit at Home of Economy?
Yep, we got the kits, specific calibers, multi-caliber kits, and along with just any cleaning supplies you might want to use.
Okay, how about keeping the guns safe? Or from the kids or from people breaking into your house, can a guy find a gun safe at Home of Economy?
Yep, we have a few right now. We got the Rhino line of gun safes. A little harder to get right now with stuff coming over from China, but parts and stuff like that.
Okay, now there's always something new that comes out every single year. What's the new thing this year in the hunting section? Is there anything?
Yeah, we brought in a line of waterfowl hunting stuff. We brought the banded line in, so we have a full line of banded, Avery, and greenhead gear duck and goose decoys.
Okay, have those been selling pretty good?
They've been pretty good for us so far.
Yeah, because, you know, they're talking waterfowl hunting isn't as good this year. That's what they're predicting. The guys I've talked to seem to be doing just fine, but it always helps to have the right gear, especially for waterfowl, because they're not as dumb as people think.
No, they're not. But yeah, we've been selling a pretty good chunk of it, and so far so good.
Okay, now again, I know all the stores are different, but do they carry these brands in all of the stores? Or I know way out west, you probably shy away a little bit from the hunting stuff.
Yeah, we got the waterfall stuff in Grand Forks, Devil's Lake, Minot, Jamestown, and our Rugby locations.
Okay, so now we're talking everything: clothing, decoys, blinds. Another thing that I had a hard time finding without spending a ton of money is a decent gun case. You know, I prefer the soft padded gun cases myself. I just think they're easier to store, but hard cases can, you know, a lot of people are going to the hard cases. Can you find decent gun cases at Home of Economy?
Yep. We got a line of soft cases and a few hard-sided cases as well.
Now, do you waterfowl hunt?
I used to, not anymore.
Okay. I was going to say, because where I grew up, we pass hunted. I grew up right alongside Agassiz Wildlife Refuge out there, so we never had to throw decoys out. But around here, it's kind of different hunting. Decoys are very important.
Yeah, especially to the field hunter. We got a full line of full body decoys. Still waiting on some silhouettes to come in, and along with floating decoys for the water hunter.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys, anybody can pretty much get anything when it comes to hunting or fishing at Home of Economy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to change a little bit. I'm going to go off the paper here, but since we're talking outdoorsy kind of stuff, and I buy a lot of my summer fishing equipment at Home of Economy, what about for the ice fishermen?
Yeah, we're starting to get our ice fishing stuff in for the year. We got a pretty good assortment of tackle going up right now. rod reels combos, ice houses. The bigger ticket items are going to be a little harder to get this year, but we are getting some in. So,
Last year, did you see a wave of more ice fishermen? Because, I know they were having trouble, first off, getting on certain lakes because of the warm weather, but then some lakes got overcrowded. But I think because of the pandemic and all of that stuff, people being cooped up in their house, they were deciding to try something new. I know a lot of campers were sold last year, a lot of boats, and I'm assuming a lot of ice fishing equipment too.
yeah, and not only ice fishing, it was summer fishing too. Last year, we we had a great year for summer fishing, and then the ice fishing, it just kept going through with that, and pretty much sold out of everything for ice fishing.
Now, when you order, since you're the guy that orders all this stuff, what all do you take into consideration? I mean, we're getting into now the hunting season, and then it'll be ice fishing. But do you pour over the last couple of years to see what the inventory, how quick it goes, or how do you make that determination when you are ordering?
Yeah, just take a look at the past few years. If you see a trend of something going up in sales, order a little more of that and see what happens.
What about hunting licenses? Can you find those at Home of Economy?
Yes, we do. We do offer hunting licenses at our Grand Forks and Devil's Lake locations. You can get them printed off there.
So if I'm looking for a particular item and I'm walking through the Home of Economy here in Grand Forks and I can't find it, what are the odds of me maybe talking to you, Andy, and saying, look, this is what I want. Can you find me this? Can you order me this? Can you make that happen?
Yeah, talk to a floor associate. Get your name, number, and what you're looking for, and they'll probably get me the info, and I'll see if I can't find it for you.
All right. I'm going to now start talking to Lyola again. And how are you doing?
Good.
You've never got to talk on this show, have you?
Nope.
Well, here we are. We're throwing you to the wolves right now. How long, maybe you can answer this, how long has Home of Economy carried all this great hunting equipment?
50 years.
50 years. And that's a long time. Now, what made the company want to get into the hunting department?
The founder of the store is really big into hunting, so that's why he brought it into the store.
Okay, well, now that would be like Wade's, what, grandpa?
Yes.
Okay, and, I suppose.
Bob Kisa.
Okay. Are Wade and Scott, are they hunting guys? Do they like to go out and hunt?
No, not really.
Okay. I know, yeah, okay. What else you want to talk about? What else is great at Home of Economy right now? I mean, I know you got your mechanic back.
We did.
Which is awesome.
We got our
I found that out.
Small engine mechanic back. So if you need any work done, get a hold of Scott, and he'll help you there.
It's funny because the last time we did the Home of Economy podcast, I didn't know Scott had left and come back. So it was almost when he said, well, he's left. And I was like, what? Oh, but he's back. I'm like, ooh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. So again, if somebody wants to get out there now, getting ready for the hunt, they need to start looking now, don't they, to get their supplies?
Absolutely. Stuff's going quick. Reorders are tough to get. So if you need something now, I'd recommend getting out now and looking for it.
And another thing, too, is, we've been in the 80-degree mark here for how long? 80s and 90s. I mean, we're almost in the middle of October, and it was 83 degrees yesterday. This isn't going to last. And when it comes to warm weather gear, Home of Economy, you guys are loaded. One thing, and we had hit on this in one of the earlier podcasts, but I'm going to start from the beginning, from the inside here. Long underwear. Man, has that come a long way from the old cotton. I actually had a buddy that used to wear his backwards because they get all bunged up, but now with the Under Armour and all these other brands, man, I tell you what, the hunting clothing has gotten so much better. It's so much lighter. It's so much warmer. It keeps you drier. But talk about some of the great gear at Home of Economy as far as keeping warm and dry when you're out on the hunt.
Yeah, we got those Under Armour thermal 4.0s, I believe, base layers, very warm. And like you said, we have the banded line for waterfowl hunters, game hide for the upland and the deer hunters.
Okay, now another question I have for you is, and I don't even know if this went through or not, but I know some states were talking about allowing like the pink camouflage instead of, because it's always been blaze orange, but is pink legal now? Because I think it is in some states.
I believe you're right on some states. I'm not sure if Minnesota and North Dakota have allowed it. I think one of them have. I'm not sure which one.
Okay, because I'm just wondering, because I might buy myself a pink camo jacket.
You should.
I don't know if I could sport that one very good. There's always something fun going on at Home of Economy, even if there's not. You walk into that store, and it's so funny because my wife and I were in there last week, and I've probably asked her this question a million times. I'm like, when you walk in the door, you smell that? Smell that out there? You'd never believe what they're cooking today. And she'd be like, what? What are they cooking? Nothing. It just smells that good. But what a great hook.
Yeah.
Those Traeger grills. How are they selling this year?
They're doing good. Could be better, could be worse.
Yeah. My brother-in-law picked one up from you guys this summer, and he will not leave me alone. He says, you got to get one of these. You have to get this thing. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm thinking, wow, the grill is the best thing that ever happened to you, man. But the Traeger grill's incredible, especially, I would imagine, and gosh, I should maybe get one, putting the wild game on there.
Absolutely, yeah. Venison is really good on there. I know we have a guy at our store that made some duck jerky on his, and that turned out really well.
Okay. They never even called and invited me to try any.
They didn't.
Son of a gun. I would imagine, now let's see, we're a little over a month away from Thanksgiving, but that brings Black Friday, and I would imagine, as always, Home of Economy going to be rocking on Black Friday.
Yep, we'll have our daily doorbuster deals there for Black Friday, and pretty good Christmas sale going on.
Is there the one thing you must have at Home of Economy now? Because every time I walk in there with something in my mind that I have to get, all of a sudden I go, oh, when did they get these? Is there anything in your brain right now that you're thinking, people, you need to come and find out about this stuff? I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, nothing off the top of my head, I guess, for that at the moment.
Are you going to deer hunt in Minnesota?
I will be.
Okay. And have you been scouting?
A little bit. Not as much as I probably should be, but...
Have you been seeing anything?
Yeah, a little bit here and there. We've got a few trail cameras out, but nothing.
I saw first deer this morning out at my house in probably 3 weeks. But I think it's those damn coyotes. Man, you can hear them screaming all night long. My neighbor's got chickens and turkeys. So that's just like a coyote magnet. Yeah, I haven't really seen anything. When you talk about trail cams, that's the best way to check. Can a guy get a decent trail cam over at Home of Economy?
Yeah, we have plenty of trail cams to choose from. We got the regular trail cam that you just put an SD card in and check it periodically, or you can get a cell cam that sends the pictures directly to your phone.
Okay, do you use the cell cam one or do you use the other one?
I use the cell cams.
Okay, see, that's what I want to get to. Now, would that work with an Apple i6?
It should.
That's my phone.
It should.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have a flip phone, it should be able to work.
Okay, well, I got rid of the flip phone a while ago. You can know how long ago it was. I got an Apple i6, for Pete's sakes. Always something fun happening at Home of Economy. And you guys, thanks for coming in again today. Tell you what, for all your hunting needs, fishing, winter wear, pretty much for all your needs for anything.
Yeah.
You guys got it.
We got our snow blowers in the other day. So
okay. What kind of snow blowers you guys?
we're selling Cub Cadets.
Oh yeah.
So if you're in the market for one, we got them in.
Yeah, and again, don't base everything off last winter.
Correct.
Because that's the time when, it's funny because you get on social media and you see all these people selling their snow blowers now. Like, what, you don't think it's going to snow up here anymore? Now's the time to get one.
Absolutely.
Because when those things go, I'm guessing you're not going to be able to make a phone call and get another shipment in a week.
Probably not.
Yeah. All right. Loyola Pearson and Andy Friedel, you guys, thanks for dropping in today. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And you too.
Yep.
All right. There you go, your Home of Economy podcast with Loyola and Andy. Tell you what, if you're getting ready for the hunt, you're getting ready for some ice fishing, or just getting ready for winter, stop into your favorite Home of Economy. I think it's the best store around. Love that place. Home of Economy podcast. Home of Economy podcast. Right here in Grand Forks' best source.